It's Off the Stones, episode 5, with our friend Cody Newberry in the shade, which is kind of nice. We'll sing of songs, not have any bombs, though that would be kind of awesome someday. We would be so happy, you and me. Da 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 da. I'd like to be under the sea in an octopus's garden in the shade. Sorry, I had to finish it.
It's okay. I can see our guest in the back just kind of being like, what the hell? Guys, welcome back to another episode of Off the Stones. It's episode 5. This is the halfway point for us, essentially. And this section of the list is where I think we start to get a little mad.
Yeah. This is the most divided I've been on a list. Like, there are some really good songs and some like pretty notable objections from the list, but then there's also like there's some trash. There's some trash coming up.
Oh, wow. Okay. Strong words. But you know who has strong words? Cody Newberry. Hey, buddy, how you doing?
I was in the intro. That was crazy. Seems like it was just written. Yeah, I hate like a few things in the world. I hate the New York Yankees. I hate Caleb Coho. And I hate the Rolling Stone like list thing. Like, I've come to find out like these people are not like, I do not consider myself a music person. Some would say like I shouldn't be talking about music, but
a lot of people would think otherwise.
But these guys like put a publication out. Like, fine, guys, girls, whoever they are, they should start talking about like something else. Like, they are more equipped to talk about grocery store, the inflation, the Democrat Republican Party. Anything is better than what they have been doing. Because some of these songs they left off, I'm confused by. Some that were on, I don't even know why they were ever there. And then I know what was on the previous list. Like, this is a mess.
Yeah, this is kind of exactly what I was expecting. But with that, let's actually get started. Previously, number 353, Piece of My Heart by Big Brother and the Holding Company. And I'm going to say this right now. The Dusty Springfield version of the song is better.
Get the fuck out of here, Andrew. We're doing this already? Get the fuck out of here.
We're doing this already, Brooklyn. So shut up. It's not your turn yet. We'll get to you. So for those of you who don't know, Big Brother and the Holding Company was the group that Janis Joplin was a part of. And she sounds really good on this. But it's not one of my favorite Janis Joplin vocals. It's not. It doesn't hit that sweet spot that she can hit. The thing that I do love about this version of the song is the call and response between her and the rest of the band. That's great. The Big Brother and the Holding Company as a band are tight, and they sound really good on this. But there's just something about the soul of the Dusty Springfield version, which I think really works so much better than this. So I get why it was on the list to begin with. I just think it was the wrong version of this song. Cody, what do you think about this?
Bar, you're a moron. I just listened to the different, like, I didn't know rankings. You just sent me the grouping of where it was, and let me be honest, I don't know at this moment, not to peek behind the curtain, but I don't know how many of these have been released at this point. I don't know many have. Just one?
At this point, we've only released one episode.
Okay, so I haven't really caught on to that. I knew the episode. I saved it. I haven't watched it yet. So I didn't know where the rankings found. But I was like, oh, hopefully like he did. For some weird reason, I thought you did the last, because I love this song. I think this song is incredible. Like, there's not singers like Janis Joplin around anymore. And like the grit and like what she's able to do with this song, I love this version. I just listened to the version that you said is better, and I don't think she can even like hold Janis Joplin's jockstrap in a coach term. Like, there's no way. This song should still be on the list. I love this song.
Okay. This is going to be an island time.
So
yeah, this is island time for me, I guess. Brooklyn?
Not even an island in the sun, just an island of wrong. But yeah, this is the first time on the official list or on like even this series that we're bringing up Janis Joplin, and that's a fucking crime.
She wasn't on the previous.
Nowhere to be found.
This is my point. These people are morons. This woman does more talent in "Come On" when she screams "Come On" than half the artists in the last list.
I mean, this is true. He's not wrong.
But this song is great. I love the kind of like that roar she has at the end. Like normally it's like, you got it, shout if it makes you feel good. But I love the energy that Janis brings to all of her songs. One of my favorite hypotheticals to ask people is, who would you rather have a conversation with? Janis Joplin hopped up on cocaine or Jimi Hendrix on heroin? Because it's two of the very polar opposites. You have somebody who's very chill and relaxed out, and Janis like, sometimes I just want to find out people in the world. Yeah. But this is I don't think this is the song to put on here to showcase Janis Joplin. I think there's a couple other ones. Specifically, I think it's called Mercedes-Benz, where it's just her a cappella. It's a very beautiful song, and then also her rendition of "Me and Bobby McGee." I think just builds up so much fucking energy. And the way that song ends is great. But this is also like a really good song.
Which I'm going to spoil this right now because I'm thinking about it, and "Me and Bobby McGee" wasn't even on the 2010 list.
Yeah.
Well, that's a question that I had. Like, if I could sit these people down in a room and like waterboard them for a little bit, my question would be, is like, what is like? Did they allow covers of other people's songs on the list? I guess because like Mama Thornton's "Hound Dog," but Elvis wasn't on there right? Is that correct?
So I'm going to spoil this right now.
Okay.
Semi-spoil this, I should say. There is one song that we will be talking today that we will be talking about again on another episode done by another artist. The exact same song.
Yeah, that's why I was curious. Like, there's one that's coming to my head, sung by a country singer and sung by more of a pop or R&B singer that is very popular. Most people forget about the country version, but everybody knows from that. I wonder if that song made it on the other list or this list.
On the other list, we had both versions of "I Will Always Love You," I believe.
Okay. Then me and Bobby McGee, like that makes like I agree with Brooklyn. The first one I don't really know that well, but the "Me and Bobby McGee" would be the first one when you say Janis Joplin is the first one I think of. But "Piece of My Heart," as soon as it started playing, like that was instant where I knew where it was going to go, and like just like the take it. Like again, she could sing any song at that point. Like I know there was a lot of like her and she passed away too young. There was a lot of comparisons. I don't know. Is Amy Winehouse like Latin version? Like there was comparisons.
They're both in the 27 club. So
yeah, and I don't think that there were. And as much as I like Amy Winehouse, I just don't believe that no one has touched Janis since. But yeah, overall, this is crazy that this is the songs that are coming later were like. So this is 353. What the next one is 352?
Yes. Speaking of which, "Jim Dandy" by Laverne Baker. Cody?
I mean, I liked it for what it was. I've never heard the song prior. This kind of song is like one that I wish I had a soundtrack or like a playlist of like songs that sounded like in this realm, because I like that type of music. Just searching and finding it, like I would have never found this song in a billion years if I would have searched. So it was nice to have it. Like, so it feels it's great that you guys are doing this. You're bringing more songs. Like, I liked it. Is it better than Piece of My Heart? No, like, by any means. But is it a lot of fun and, like, has that kind of music that I gravitate towards? Yes. So I'm glad it was brought up. I don't know what I would take out of again, there's a lot you can take out of the new top.
There's a lot you could take out of this.
Yeah, this could, like, easily be an introduction, like, 500 spot, or in the 480s, like, somewhere to, like, bring this song into relevancy that people don't know about it, but to take it out and then replace it with the hot garbage that other list has, it makes no sense.
Yeah. Brooklyn, what are your thoughts on the Jim Dandy?
Hey, Mom, do we have Johnny Be Good? We don't, but we have something similar, and it has a sax solo. Okay, I'll take that. Is
Johnny Be Good not on?
It was on the original. It
is, but this is like, but this is very Johnny Be Good-ish. Like, it's that standard rockabilly style. And like, I agree with Cody. It's like there's nothing wrong with it, but I just heard it a million times. So when songs are already difficult for me to kind of appreciate the lyrics because of the music, I didn't really get a chance to, like, kind of figure out why he wrote this song the way he did.
I like her voice too at the beginning. Like I don't know other songs that would pop up like that, but like what she, like, it's great. Like, that's a great voice to it. I don't know much about this band, this group, or this singer. So
I really don't either, but I'm with you. I really like her vocals. I think that she's a fantastic vocalist.
Oh my god, I said he. Oops.
Wow.
That's what you said. I was like, wait a minute, I'm seeing a girl with this song.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Did you listen to the song?
Yeah, I have.
Just because it's called Jim Dandy doesn't mean it's by someone actually named Jim Dandy. It's
But
not Bo Diddley by Bo Diddley.
I'm sorry. Have you heard Little Richard's vocal qualities?
Oh my god. Okay. So yeah, I really like this song a lot too. I kind of understand why it fell off the list. But it's got a really good swing. The instrumentation's great. As we were saying, Laverne Baker's vocals on this are just fantastic. It's got a good energy to it, which I really like a lot. So if this, like, came on, like, anywhere on my phone and, like, a supermarket, on my radio, I would be enjoying the hell out of this. Go ahead, Cody.
I've heard this voice before, and I wondered where. She sings a song called Tweedledee, and it's featured in The Departed. It's featured in The Departed, so I know when I heard that voice, I was like, this is somewhere. I don't know where it's in the chamber. And I look and I go, Tweedledee, The Departed. I was like, there it is. There's the singer, and it's she.
Thank you, guys.
So much respect to the great Laverne Baker. They did a great job with this. Moving on to what was number 351 on the list, Runaround Sue by Dion. So Brooklyn, I'm gonna have you go first on this one.
So I kind of love this song for two different reasons. One, it's just fucking catchy as hell. I love the sax. I love the snapping figures of it, and just that overall upbeat energy. Also, I love this lyrically because it's a song where the catch is, now listen, people, to what I'm telling you. Keep away from a runaround Sue, and I've attached to that maybe a little more than I should. But yeah, this has been really fun to sing along to. But yeah, I haven't heard this before the list, and it will skyrocket in terms of favorite songs.
You haven't heard this before this list?
No.
Oh man, I knew this song before this list, and I've always loved this song. I think.
Oh my god, I'm Andrew Barr, and I know songs.
Yeah. Oh my god, I'm more knowledgeable about music than Brooklyn. So I have loved this song for a long time. I think Dion's one of those people that, like, only 2 songs by him are, like, still kind of relevant, which is a bit of a shame because he's really good. Like, the way he uses his voice and, like, the control and, like, where he chooses to, like, start belting. He's just a smart singer. And there's such a good groove to this. The hand claps and just like the backing vocals. It's like doo-wop mixed with rock, but in like a peanut butter and chocolate way. It's so good.
Don't mention the combination of peanut butter and chocolate ever again. They belong separately. Peanut butter belongs on two things: on toast or on a burger.
And chocolate.
That is it.
That is correct.
I need a Pepsi. I need a Pepsi. I'll be back. God, you guys must be awesome.
But yeah, so like he was kind of, if you think about it, he was kind of like the bad boy of his music scene, because like all of his songs are either like about like promiscuous women or being a promiscuous man. He was kind of edgy for his time, to be honest with you. But Cody, what do you think of Runaround Sue by Dion? And before you do that, though, Brooklyn left before we had a chance to do this because here he is.
I can still hear you guys the entire time.
Yeah. If you guys remember the last time Cody was on the show, we had a little game where it was, is this a Cody song? And guess what the first song on that game show today is? And my answer is yes. I think that this is absolutely a Cody song.
Yeah.
The one thing I'll say before I was talking to Tim Bercalo one time, and he's like, I'm so tired of everybody coming to me and yelling at me about my movie taste and why I like a movie more. And I said, the best thing I ever did was create a show called the YLS and get everybody to just, it's not a Cody movie, and everybody passes and no one comes at me and no one even tries to catch any heat for me. It's the greatest thing. This is 100% a Cody song.
Uh-oh.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Did Cody move to Iowa or something? Or
there he is. He's back now.
I don't know why. I gotta call my provider. But anyways, I pay way too much for my internet to go out. No, I love this song a lot more than I expected. I thought this song has been in like 45 movies at this point. It's not. I've looked that up. It's not. It's Little Big League, I think, is the only one that I don't even remember from there. This seems like it could be in like not a Godfather, but like a gangster like kind of movie, like introducing them kids playing on the playground, stuff like that. I love this song. I've listened to the song more. This is probably the one song from the list I've listened to the most out of any other song right now. Like, I drive to work, I play it. I love the like when they drop and then everybody drops in. Like, it's just so much fun. Like, I love the song. It's like Unchained. What's that song? That's not the similar, but it's like this oldie kind of music that people are like, Cody, you really like that? This is that version of it. I can't think of the other something melody. I don't know.
Unchained Melody.
Yeah, one of my all-time favorite songs. But it's an old school song that people are like, really, Cody, you like that? I love that song. This is like same like doo-wop kind of vibe of the like old-time 60s, 50s, whenever the song came out. I don't know. Love it. Absolutely love it. This song is great. Should still be on the list. These are one of those places that if you create a 500 list, a 500 in your bottom 100, put songs that people forget about and people don't remember. It doesn't have, because it has no weight of 400 of all time. That doesn't. Who gives you shit? If you're the 400th best player in the NFL, well, guess what? You don't mean shit to anybody. But let me tell you, people get to find like little gems like this that I would have never heard if this show wasn't around. Crazy. This group, these people should be stoned.
They should be. Cody's usually has a good level headed opinion on things. I haven't seen Mulholland Drive, but I know he's wrong about Mulholland Drive already. It's just facts.
Where are we? Okay.
Listen. I will make this quick. I watched the movie for the first hour. I had to restart the movie because I felt like I missed something, but I was having a miserable time. I watched 3 hours of Mulholland Drive. Still a bad movie. I don't know what to tell you. If people say I can't comprehend things, I can comprehend things. This makes no sense. It made no sense why people like it. Hats off to you. Go in your corner and kick rocks. I don't care.
Okay. After that little tangent, let's move on to the song that was at number 347. Maybe I'm Amazed by Paul McCartney.
I feel like we should save you last for this because this is because you are the Paul fan in this group, unless Cody is like a massive Paul fan.
Well, let's go to Cody first then.
I mean, I like Paul McCartney. I think he's great. I like his songs. Is this one that I like? This is okay. So the best way I can describe like the Beatles and Paul McCartney is they have so much to offer, right? Anybody that lives in the state, this is like the Cheesecake Factory, right? Their menu is very large and they have everything. But you don't go for everything at the Cheesecake Factory. You find your few favorites and you work them in.
I'm not getting the salad.
Correct. You convince somebody else at the table to get some so you can try a bite, but you don't put your money on the table. This is the version of that song that I like it and like as a taste. I don't need it. Like this is where it becomes greedy with Paul McCartney and the Beatles. Like you have hits. If you poll 100 different people from 100 different parts of life, who would people say is the greatest band of all time? People will say the Beatles.
Yeah.
So you already have that. You don't need this list. You don't need them to tell you. It's like Michael Jordan. No one needs Michael Jordan to tell Michael Jordan again, you're the greatest athlete. He knows this at this point. He doesn't need to hear about it. Same thing with this. I think the song is fine. I think but Janis Joplin deserves more spots on there. She was gone too young, doesn't have as much body of work. I think Paul McCartney and the Beatles have better songs too. I think Paul McCartney and Elf has better songs. I think this is a fine take off the list. But if it's on the radio, I'm not skipping the radio station. I'll listen to it out. That's the best way. Sorry, I went on a tangent, but that's how I feel.
No, you know what? I'm actually going to go next because I 100% agree with Cody. Like, this is a good Paul McCartney song. He's got better solo stuff. Like, even with Wings, he's got better stuff than this. And I agree 100% with Cody. If it came on the radio, I'd be happy to listen to it, but I'm not actively searching for it. It's like Band on the Run is a better song than this. This is the only Paul McCartney / Wings song that we're going to be talking about this series. And for this to be the one, I guess I get it. But
is the other one on? Like the one that I would consider, not you probably guys, but is Live and Let Die anywhere?
No, nowhere.
No.
No, that okay. You can talk.
Yeah, no, I mean I'm done. Brooklyn?
The Paul song that I would have considered most to put on this list would probably have been Live and Let Die, but also Ebony and Ivory, his duet with Stevie Wonder. It's crazy that Paul joins Ringo as individual members that don't have songs on the list. Like George Harrison still has My Sweet Lord, and John Lennon will have Imagine for the next. Imagine will stay on there probably for a long time. I agree with you guys in that this is just an okay song, but I think that just shows how incredible of a songwriter and a composer that Paul was. Because he was just putting out hit after fucking hit. And my biggest gripe of this is that it just sounds like the Beatles, like especially like in their White Album Revolver days. But it works. Like if it ain't broke, don't fix it.
I mean, yeah, it still made a lot more money than we ever will. So
as Nice Peter, as Michael Bay once said, this game is about motherfucking money.
All right, with that,
absolutely. Yeah.
With that, let's move on to what was number 346, Walk This Way by Aerosmith. I
just have a question.
Yes.
I don't know how to interpret this.
Okay.
This is Walk This Way, Aerosmith solo, not with Run DMC?
Solo, yes.
Then this song has no place. I'm sorry. I love Aerosmith. I love Aerosmith. But the one way you should remember the song of Walk This Way is Run DMC and them. It's the only version I've ever heard. I've never even heard them separate. Like I bet there are songs, and I bet Brooklyn and Bar can both tell me 17 of them. But there are songs that two artists like come together and do a song together. Like I would never imagine Freddie Mercury and David Bowie doing Under Pressure solo and one of them making the list. That makes no sense to me. If it ever happened, I don't know the fact. I don't know. I'm speaking out my ass. But Walk This Way, when I heard this, the one thing missing was Run DMC of this version of the song. I'm sorry, it was a perfect thing.
Okay, so a big trend that we noticed on the current list was that if a song had like a big sample, that the song that the song that it sampled was often on the list as well. So I think you're gonna be okay. Like this is probably gonna like the Run DMC version will probably pop down later at some point, based on just what we already know from what we've seen on the list.
Yeah.
So you put two versions of the same song?
It happens a lot.
It's happened.
What's the point?
Exactly.
There's two versions of Mr. Tambourine Man.
Okay, so question.
Yeah.
The song, again, if it's coming up, sue me. Take it. I don't give a shit. But the song, "Don't Let the Sun Go Down on Me," with Elton John and George Michael, they could possibly like both of those could
possibly be both.
What the fuck are we doing? Why are they wasting a spot? What I hate everything about this group. I hate them. They might not even work on the list anymore. I don't even know. These people should be drugged behind a carriage.
You're getting angry about the exact same things I was whenever Mr. Tambourine Man came up on the list, like the Birds version, and it was just like why are we doing this? We have so many other better songs. We don't have to have these shitty covers.
And we have
I know the group will also like Aerosmith Walk This Way with Run DMC. We'll put both on because we can't think of 500 songs as a group. Morons.
Okay. I like this version. I do agree that the Run DMC version is the one to talk about because I like the flow in this. I like the flow in that one as well. But I think this one kind of showcases how Steven Tyler is like one of the best vocalists ever, one of the best frontmen, because he carries this song for most of the time, with the exception of Joe Perry. And like honestly, like Joe Perry is underrated in terms of like a rhythm guitarist because he's doing everything that Keith Richards is doing, and in some instances better, but not all the time. I think the chorus in this one isn't as good as the Run DMC version. I think they get that one better. But I think I like Steve's faster. I think I like Steve's faster style in the verses as opposed to Run DMC's.
So I said that when we talked about Sweet Emotion with Rue and Bill, Aerosmith is a band where they either hit hard for me or they're just fine. And I think this version of this song, it's fine. The Run DMC version adds the element that this song is missing. And that's more intensity and also just like better rhythmic patterns. So I'm kind of with Cody on this one. If the other one pops up, we don't need this one. We really don't.
I have a question.
Yes.
I think the listeners will want to know this. I want to know this. This needs to happen. I don't know how this happens, but when are Bar and Brooklyn coming together to form a top 500? And then having people in the group react to it.
Soon. We can't say much. But
if you join our $75 Patreon,
yeah,
then we'll do it.
Yeah. Shut your mouth. Just do it. You're going to run out of content at some point. This is a great idea. Go ahead. Move
on. Okay.
Who do we pay our royalties to? Is it Multiplex Entertainment or Cody Newberry at gmail.com?
No, I just want to be on the panel. That's all I care about.
Okay.
All right, let's move on to what was number 345 on the list previously. Beautiful Day by U2. I'll start off with this one. I think it was once again the episode with Bill and Rue, where this was brought up by a specific panelist as a bad song, and I wanted to correct them immediately on the spot. This is a great fucking song. I fucking love this song. Like, this is still when U2 was like right in that sweet spot of like late 90s, mid 2000s, where they still had like that U2 thing to them. And it's epic, it's soaring, it's powerful, but it's mundane but that mundane grandness makes you realize how epic and beautiful it is. Bono sounds fantastic on it. The production is out of this world. It sounds amazing. It's just like a really powerful piece that I think is in U2's upper echelon. But Brooklyn, what do you think of this one?
Oh, sorry. No. Oh, there we go. Okay, back. Sorry, my headphones have been having a rough time. This was the first song that introduced me to U2, and I like it, but I'm having a really hard time taking off my nostalgia goggles for this song because I realize because if people are like U2 sucks and this is why, and I'm like I kind of understand. But I still also really like this song. Like this song fucking gets me going, especially when he gets to that bridge and it's like, touch me, take me to that special place, tease me, and it's like, oh, we may have to put up the banner. Is this song about is like just by talking out the bridge? I think this song might be about sex.
God damn it, Mr. Producer Man! Like, God damn it, Cody, what do you think about this song?
Brooklyn hit the nail on the head. This is nostalgia altogether. Like, I'm not a huge U2 fan. I'll say that off the bat. I guess I just don't listen to them, or they don't rise to a level past the point of my like rhythm, like put into the mix. But this song, I love. It's the literal one that I think of, like when I think of U2 almost, it's just the whole as it builds up, it feels so 2000s and like late 90s that I just love. Like I'm a sucker for some Creed songs. Like there's something about those songs that go back then. Well, I'm just saying. I'm not saying they're good. They're nostalgic as hell. You couldn't do this. Is like one of those songs that the planes fly over an NFL stadium. They're showing clips of the game on ESPN, and it's like, it's a beautiful day. It's just like, yeah, like they opened up like ESPN Sports Center with Beautiful Day. Like, yeah, this is stuff brings me back. So to have the fact that it's not on there anymore kind of sucks. I think U2 gets a really bad rap because U2 did something very dirty and very nasty to a lot of people is putting their album on an iPhone and you couldn't delete it and you lost storage because of it. It was dirty by them, but they did it. It was what it was. I think it's still in my Apple playlist. Once I back up and move over every time,
it's still in mine too.
I don't think I've ever listened to the album.
I haven't listened to a single song.
I couldn't tell you a song that's on it, but they did it. So everybody thinks YouTube like those motherfuckers. But this song should be still on the list. This song shouldn't be high on the list, but I'm okay in that bottom 400. It should be there. It should be.
Yeah.
It should be there.
I think if you put it somewhere between 450 and 500, I think that's a good spot.
Why not?
Two things. One, as you guys are talking, I kind of made it a realization that this might be our generation's version of Here Comes the Sun, where it's just like, it kind of has that like open where it's kind of like a sunrise. But then also, Cody will find this out later. But like, there's been a U2 song, I think, on like every section so far of Off the Stones.
Yeah. Did he like Still Haven't Found What I'm Looking For?
So they were heavy and they just started. So these are all the ones that have been eliminated.
Yeah.
How many U2s made it last run?
I think
4,
3 or 4. Yeah.
Where the Streets Have No Name.
Still Haven't Found What I'm Looking For.
1.
And With or Without You.
Yes.
They're U2 is a very popular band. They just fall underneath, I guess, that like. I don't like. I'm not saying they're not good or bad, but I guess their popularity just doesn't.
Yeah, they're one of those bands that were like considered like legendary and iconic, and their image has just like dipped lately.
I think social media might have hurt their image. Where Bono was
plus just Apple. Hey. I'm telling you, they put it on an iPhone.
Yeah,
that pissed people off.
I think that's exactly the moment in time where that started to happen. Let's talk about someone who's actually lesser known, but this song is actually relatively well known. Number 341 on the 2010 list, "Spirit in the Sky" by Norman Greenbaum. So Brooklyn, how about you start us off with this one?
I'm just going to warn people now that eventually Guardians of the Galaxy is going to be talked about at some point, and it is okay. It is a good soundtrack. But "Spirit in the Sky" is a fucking unreal song. This was in that binder that my dad had of like songs to learn, and this is one that he always played. But I love the riff and how fucking catchy it is. But I also love like some of the after effects that they added into the song, like that. It's not like it's like the slide guitar coming down, but it kind of sounds like a train whistle like going down in a way. But it's just like especially when you get to the line of like "God have a friend in Jesus," there's just something like it's kind of, I think it's the same reason why people like Randy Newman's "Sail Away," where it's just like it's very uplifting, but the subject matter is just like, oh, it's about a spirit in the sky, but
not
they also reference
this
Jesus.
time. Sure. We can make the "Sail Away" comparison if we're supposed to be taking the song seriously and not satirically. I mean, maybe it is. I think this is kind of a satirical song, but I could be wrong. It might be because Norman Greenbaum was Jewish, so it's not the traditional. Well, you know what I mean. Yeah, well, I mean, even one of the lines in the song is "gonna go to the place that's the best." If he's Jewish and talking about the spirit, like I said, I feel like that's more of like a Catholic or Christian kind of thing. Generally speaking, maybe who knows. We now return to my 2 cents with Jacob London and Devin DeGraff. So, this is a campfire song, just amped up with an electric guitar. And you know what? That electric guitar is so good that the instrumentation on this song alone actually deserves to be mentioned on either the previous list or the current list if it was in like the 490s or something like that. Because that guitar is so fucking good. Just like the reverb echo part where it's just incredible. Norman Greenbaum sounds amazing on this song. Like his slightly throaty raspiness really shines. And the backing vocalists, I forgot to look up their names before the episode started, but they're nuts. The two of them are incredible. Yeah, this song is dope as hell. But before we get to Cody, this is one of our songs that we spun. And it's time to ask the question, is this a Cody song? And I'm going to say, yes, it is. 1,000%. We are betting the house on this being a Cody song.
What a fucking waste of time. Like, this is when it spins, you should just skip over.
Is the sky blue?
There is one song coming up later where I did do that.
I'm just saying, if you would have okay. So when I saw the list of songs when you put in the chat and said who wants to be on, this is the song I saw and said, "Yep, I'll be on." Like no problem whatsoever. The fact that this is off the list is like the rage that's in me is pretty high. I love this song. I absolutely love this song. I think, again, Brooklyn will say 75 different songs and Brar will say the same. But you could play a second of this song and I'd tell you exactly what song this is. This is one of the most iconic openings to a song I ever. You say Guardians of the Galaxy, I say Remember the Titans, especially when they go into that dorm room and when he puts it on the bag and you just hear that. I love this song. This is like one of those songs that is always on my playlist. It's always like a break of something. Like it's this song like I use between like a modern and old school break like for my playlist. So like it gets me into something else. I think the guitar sounds absolutely incredible. I love his vocals in this song. Yeah, like what a shame. What a shame that this song got taken off. I don't know where he's going, but fuck, going to the Spirit in the Sky.
Yeah. All right. Well, let's move on to.
Oh,
what
sorry.
What was Brooklyn laughing? What was he laughing about?
Because Guardians of the Galaxy actually isn't the first movie that I think of when I hear this song. This song was in the trailer for Open Season with Martin Lawrence and Ashton Kutcher, and that's the first thing that I think of whenever I hear this song.
It's also in a lot of other ones, but yeah, I would not have considered that to be the top tier. But for you, I should have.
Was that a big hit in Canada or something like that?
No, they just played the trailer a lot. It's like, remember when the Fan 4 Stick trailer came out and everybody was so fucking excited, and then that movie turned out to be trash? Like, trailers.
No one was excited about Open Season.
I did not. Well, I did not have that Fan 4 Stick. I said this is gonna be bad. This is gonna be real bad.
Yeah.
And it was real bad. And my wife made me go see it. It's crazy. I love the Fantastic Four.
Do you now?
Yeah.
All right, let's move on. Number 338 on the previous adaptation of the list. We Will Rock You by Queen. You know what? Let's get Cody's rage out of here first.
I have another question.
Yeah. Okay. I think I know what your question is.
Does this include the other? Because I do not think they are separate. I have not listened to them. They're separate since I was never.
So
I'm the person at a sporting event. If you play this and you do not play the next one, death to you.
I think we got into a pretty big argument about this one time because I'm in the camp that these are two separate songs.
They are not.
You guys You guys argue about this. I'm going to double check, but I think I know the answer.
Okay. So We Will Rock You. A lot of fun. Great time. Like, the reason why I always put them together, because sports in my head, they go together. We Will Rock You, and then at the end of it, We Are the Champions. Like, it plays perfectly. Both have great meanings. I'm okay if somebody listens to them separately. I don't believe. I just personally can't. And if you're going to play one, you need to follow by the other one. It just it's pasta, and I need like a piece of bread with something. What are we doing here? Like,
So is We Will Rock You the pasta, and We Are the Champions the bread that just scoops up the remaining sauce?
No, because I think We Are the Champions the better song.
So I double checked.
What?
I was able to find the article.
Oh my God.
It is just We Will Rock You.
Producer man, can we kick Cody off for a second? He needs to be on timeout for
yeah, it's fine. It's fine. Again, you're not going to get any problem with me from Queen. Like, arguably, if you had to say the best, like, male vocalist of all time up there, is Mercury's got to be in your consideration.
Top 5
like,
at minimum.
Yeah, he doesn't have to be your number one, but if you're saying like a sixth person and he's like number 6, then you're like, where the freak is James? Like, there's players that need to just be there, okay? At this point in time, where we are. I feel like this song of Queen is also similar to me as I feel about the Beatles a little bit. If I'm going to drop something off of their list, but I get the rest, that's fine. We Will Rock You and We Are the Champions. I love hearing it when my team wins the championship. I hate it when other teams win a championship. I don't need to hear that song. With We Will Rock You, I think it's fun to sing with a group. I think it's a lot of fun to, like, especially like on a football team, singing it together. I think there's some fun, like, this is a good song to sing. But again, this would be, if I had to rank Queen songs, even with We Are the Champion, maybe 10, 11 I would drop off. Like, it's there, but it doesn't need to be in the top. Like, there are way better Queen songs. There are better songs that show off Freddie's talents by a large margin. So, I mean, you're taking him out of the bullpen when you have like a 9-run lead. You don't need him to sing this song. No, any band could do We Will Rock You. I honestly believe. I don't think there's that much great.
So Brooklyn, correct me if I'm wrong, but on the current iteration of this list,
yes,
there's only Bohemian Rhapsody.
Yeah. There's no Don't Start Me Now. There's no I Want to Break Free. There's no
Somebody to love.
There's no Somebody to Love. There's no The Show Must Go On.
Right. So here's
so this group they don't understand what Queen is. That's fair. More.
So they see they're like Queen, Bad Bunny, Queen, Bad Bunny.
BTS.
I'm gonna start twitching. Please stop.
So here's my thing. We only had one Queen song on the top 500. This song doesn't even make my top 10 Queen, but the fact that we only have one and we had to cut this one is kind of bullshit.
Just a real quick question. Yes. You don't have to tell me for future episodes. Tune into other episodes. But are there any other Queen songs coming?
I will spoil this for you. No.
What?
This is the only other Queen song that we.
So this is the song. This is the so wait.
Oh, we had Under Pressure. Under Pressure was on the official list. Yeah.
Okay, Under Pressure. Yeah, but so this is the one from the 2010s.
2010s, yes. That got eliminated.
I mean, this is the kind of guy that you go up to him and go, "You like indie music?" He's like, "Yeah, I love Imagine Dragons." Like these people don't even understand what any of this stuff is. Queen? Oh, who's the hell's that? Oh, we listen to music past the 80s? What? I want to find the person. Is there people listed as this? Do they have their information out on the internet? Because I'm going to find them.
You can find the names of the people who voted for this for this iteration. Yes.
One of them is Art Garfunkel.
Art Garfunkel, indeed. Yes. Yeah. But Brooklyn, did you talk about this song?
No, I haven't. This is kind of like this is kind of like something that you're addicted to. You can only enjoy it in doses. Like I couldn't listen to this every day. But I believe that this is similar to like Seven Nation Army, where like this probably should just stay on the list because of its use in sports and like how it riles up people. I think that this song is the closest thing that we have to like the haka. And something that can be like intimidating and terrifying, like whenever the Islanders were in the cup final, or we're in like the playoffs or whatever. Part of me wanted to just like I feel like this would be a perfect song for like a hockey team whenever they're on the power play, because it's just like we're on the man advantage. We are going to get a goal. We will rock you. And I just think hearing the entire audience like chanting that is great, and it sits. And all it needs is 2 feet and a clap. And that's all you need. Producer man, shut up. Hockey is a sport, okay?
Just real quick. Did anybody else see Bohemian Rhapsody, the movie?
I did.
I have not. I haven't.
If this is not one of the most frustrating scenes in all of the movie,
yes.
They're like, do not treat Freddie Mercury like they're morons. Like it was like
everyone's biting their lower lip.
We need a song to get everybody included. Oh, I wanted to just like kill somebody. Oh,
it was that moment that I thought that we had changed the channel to the Lifetime network. The unauthorized biography of Queen. But let's move on to what was just above it on the 2010 list. That's The Way of the World by Earth, Wind, and Fire. Brooklyn, you start us off with this one.
I love the hook in this. I think it is great. But the reason that I love the hook in this is that this is heavily sampled in a Lenny Kravitz song called "It Ain't Over Till It's Over," and that's the reason why I like this. I could not tell you what the fuck this song is about or the lyrics. I just hear this song and it takes me back into a time. But I think it has a really good mix of like the bass line and the strings. And I mean, like it's straightforward. Like I mean, not straightforward, but like it's standard Earth, Wind, and Fire. Like they have big production. That's the way they've always been. But we have September, and that's really the only Earth, Wind, and Fire song that probably needs to be on the list.
No, okay. I'm going to stop you right there. That is not the only Earth, Wind, and Fire song that we need on the list. The fact that there's only one Earth, Wind, and Fire song is kind of fucking bonkers to me. I fucking love Earth, Wind, and Fire. I think that they are one of the funkiest, yet one of the smoothest groups of all goddamn time. They are a top 100.
Shining Star needs to be on that list too. Sorry.
Yeah, Shining Star. Either their version or the Isley Brothers version. Either one will work for me. But this song is so goddamn smooth. Like, the vocals on this are just incredible. They're tight, they're airy, they're luscious. And the instrumentation, those horns are so good. Like, the texture on those, like, production wise, is just perfect. The instrumentation, it's a little long. They could have cut like 30 seconds to maybe a minute off of this, but it is so pleasant to listen to, and it's great. But Brooklyn, we have to ask the question again: is this a Cody song? And this one's probably one of the tougher ones that we have to.
I need a second here.
Yeah, I'm like 60-40 on this one, to be completely honest with you. So I said yes.
I said yes, but I put it in lowercase lettering because I'm not as confident. Like, this might be like a 51 yes.
Cody?
So you were seeing I was dancing.
Yes.
And I was dancing to a better Earth, Wind, and Fire song.
Oh, okay.
This is not me. I don't like this song as much. I think it's I think it's smooth, sure. But I feel like it kept going in like that one note, like kind of thing where I was just like it would play a good lullaby. Like, I was ready to go to bed. But like, Let's Groove, by the way. That song should be on this list. That song is fire. I was having a lot of fun by myself over here with it because I was like, this song just doesn't work for me. I think it's lyrics. I think there's no problem with the song. I don't think there's problem with how it's just not one of those songs that goes higher for me. I'm a little confused by it. But I love Earth, Wind, and Fire. I like their entire makeup of their group. I love how they sound together. Like, it sounds. That's my kind. Like, I enjoy that kind of music. This song just didn't work for me.
Fair enough. All right.
You can't be perfect on a Cody song. I'm a mystery. I'm a mystery.
Yeah.
Keep it.
Oh, are you Edward E. Nigma?
Yeah.
Are you the Riddler?
I'm the Bat.
All right, let's move on to number 336, The End by The Doors. And I'll say this right now: The End could not come fast enough. I have said this multiple times. I think The Doors are one of the most overrated groups of all time. I genuinely believe that. I think that the band as a whole, they have very talented instrumentalists. I think that there's a lot of talent behind them. Jim Morrison, though, is one of the most overrated songwriters of all time. Like, I don't want to be disrespectful to the dead man, but to anyone who calls him like the poet laureate of our time, smoked so much more weed than anyone as a whole in the 60s. This song just drags. It drags. It's got moments where the rest of the band has their moments to shine, but it was a slog to get through. It's 10 minutes of a band that I already think is a little overrated. I was kind of miserable throughout most of this. So with that, let's go over to I guess we're a big fan of the Doors, huh? Let's go over to Cody.
Not a fan. Not a fan. The reason why I thought I liked this song, I think it was used in an old WWF promotion for like an Armageddon or something, like the beginning of it, like it has it slow, but I don't even know if that's accurate anymore. I'm not the biggest Doors guy. Just not. I've never gotten into it. it didn't help. There was another like D-list celebrity that ran like another trivia thing, but he was like a big fan of the Doors, and that just always like kind of turned me off to them. But
I'm trying to remember who this is now.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah, it's weird.
He has a lot of our money. Anyways, he paid his rent with it. Overall, not for me. And that ending, I had to stop it, rewind it, and come back to it because I guess I listened to the explicit version of the song. Whereas, I was like, "What the fuck are we doing?" Like, I was not. That's a terrible way to end your song. I'll be honest with you. It took me out of it completely. So weird. It was just a weird. Like I know he gets so much praise and so much. That band gets so much. I just have never clicked. I don't know why it is. There's another band that's very popular that I don't click with. I won't say it, but I just don't click with them. So.
And again, they're a dollar store version of the Zombies and the Animals. They really are. Brooklyn,
dollar store, damn, not Dollar General.
No.
If we're talking like greatest intros ever, then this is in the conversation. Outside of that, this song is a steaming pile of dog shit. I think the Doors have like 3 good songs. The one that did make the list, Light My Fire, and then there's also Riders of the Storm and Love Me 2 Times. I think Love Me 2 Times has a really nice riff to it. But this song overstays its welcome. It's known for literally one line, and I feel like I've heard it in like a million different movies. But that's it. I kind of enjoyed the instrumentation. Like, this is a super duper Shed song. Like, you have to be like on your 5th bowl, lighting the 6th, and then it hits, but only then. If we're doing math here, you have to smoke 1.5 grams of weed to maybe enjoy this song.
In American measurements, please.
A joint and a half.
Okay.
I didn't know.
1.5 grams is 3 joints. If you're doing half grammers, yeah.
I didn't know if I could say that. I thought Brooklyn was high at one point, not actual high, but like for his take. But I didn't know if that was on like this podcast. So I'm going to freely reign now and say you're high. Okay, move on.
Okay, moving on to 335 For Your Precious Love by Jerry Butler and the Impressions. Brooklyn, I'm going to start with you.
Okay, so if you like this song, you probably like Elvis Presley. There's something else though come back to me for a second because there's something that I need to.
You want to re-listen to it to remind yourself of it.
There's a certain tape that I had, but I forget exactly what it is. But as soon as I hear it, I'll know.
Okay.
Right. Sorry. This is the song. Cody, you were talking about Unchained Melody. This is the song that sounds like Unchained Melody.
Yes. Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah. This song is sort of like a diet Unchained Melody. Here's the thing, though. I kind of like diet soda. So
aspartame is trash, though.
Yeah, but if you have an aspartame-free diet soda, it's pretty good. But
so stevia?
Yeah,
like Coke Zero?
Yeah, sure. But so it's nowhere near as good as Unchained Melody. Especially the Righteous Brothers version of that song. But I still like this one. It's very pretty. It's nice. It's romantic. It's sweet. The problem is that it just sounds too much like Unchained Melody. Like, I can't think of a better way to put this. So it's good. I completely understand why it fell off the list, though. And Unchained Melody is on the list. Cody.
I thought there was going to be some Unchained Melody slander, and I was like, that's top 10 song of all time. Like, I will come through the screen.
Top 25 for me, but yeah.
So, there's a few things. One, I'm not going to put up with the slander of Elvis. Will not, cannot, never will. Elvis is great. If you don't like Elvis, suck an egg. I'm sorry. I enjoy him a lot. Here's a, huh?
Can it be a hard-boiled egg at least?
No.
No.
So here's the thing. The funny thing is, so you guys brought this up, and the Unchained Melody, and I was like, holy crap. When I listened to the song the first time, this is a very bad version. Like, this does sound like Elvis, but here's the thing. This song is exactly like Elvis in 1977 or whatever in Vegas. It's on YouTube. He sings Unchained Melody, and it sounds identical to this, almost, beat for beat. It's crazy. I don't like the song at all. To be honest with you, like, it does sound a little Elvis-y. I get that vibe from it 100%, just not as good, in my opinion. I know that's for Brooklyn, that's blasphemous and whatnot, but I think it doesn't have any of the flair or the vocal. I think he's a better singer than this version. If we're talking Elvis before the pills. So this is a really weird choice.
It was whenever Elvis was on 3 peanut butter and banana sandwiches a day.
Yeah, exactly. This song shouldn't be on the list.
All right. So with that, let's move on to what was number 333 on the 2010 list. Good Lovin' by the Young Rascals. This song is good. It's that like 60s garage band era.
But is it Good Lovin' though?
I swear to God. Thank you. Don't bring him back until after the two adults have talked. So God damn it.
Yeah.
So this song's, it's good. As I was saying, it was in that 60s garage band era where things were made fast, cheap, but they were a lot of fun. And I think that's the thing with that this song's strength comes from, is that the group is obviously having a lot of fun while making this song. Plus, it's quick. It gets in, it has a good time, and it gets out. It's like a good party.
That's the Andrew Barr motto. It gets in, has a good time, gets out.
Yep, that's it. That's all you need to do. That's how I live my life, a quarter of a mile at a time. So, but yeah, I don't think it necessarily.
Sorry, a quarter of a mile or 3/10 of a mile.
We can discuss math later.
Oh no, it's not math. It's just shitty U.S. Directions and U.S. distances.
Okay, go fuck yourself. So that was me this time, Brooklyn. So I really enjoy this song. I wouldn't put it on a top 500, especially in the 300 range. But if we were making like a top, 1,000 or top 750, this would probably squeak on there for me. Cody.
Like, I just find it funny. 333. Doctor! Janis Joplin up at the top, just like, what? What? Okay, I guess. Like, this is crazy. Like, the songs we've passed, like Queen and stuff, goes, you know what? Let the Young Rascals have it. Like, no! This song doesn't deserve to be on the list. I think it's... Fine, I think it's maybe too nice. I don't think the song's bad, but like this should never sniff it. Like this isn't one of those songs, like I said earlier, that you put in that bottom 500 to 400 range to show people the song. This song could have been done by 40 million different bands at this point. It's not anything impressive.
That's the garage band era.
It's played fast. It's fine. The lyrics are meh. The singing's not even great. The playing, I don't even think is that great. Like, it's catchy is the only thing that I would, like, give it. You know what I mean? So, I just can't believe this was 333 on the original 500. Like,
on the 2010 list, yeah.
I know Brooklyn and Barr can do a better job of making a list. I will disagree with a lot of it, but they'll do a better job. Good Lord. That's terrible.
We should have separate 500. I feel like it has to be separate first, and then...
And then we combine the two, yeah. Okay, Brooklyn, what are your thoughts on this one?
Negotiation table, basically. I'll give you this, you give me...
This is how I imagine a lot of conversations in the 1960s went. Hey, we need a song to do a montage. It's like pretty upbeat that can kind of progress quickly. I have just a song for you.
Can we put this in an episode of Scooby-Doo?
Probably. Yeah, like this fits the 60s vibe. Like I feel like this would fit perfect in like those kind of like cheesy Planet of the Apes movies where like the apes are going around trying on human clothes, and like this is a song that's just kind of playing in the background.
Wait, you think that's what Planet of the Apes? I've only seen 2 Planet of the Apes films, and I can tell you right now, there's no shopping montage in the Planet of the Apes movie.
Oh boy, you need to go back and watch the old ones. They get full of cheese and full of camp.
Okay, let's move on to something that's not cheesy and not full of camp. Number 331, "Dancing Barefoot" by Patti Smith.
Oh, with a colon this time, not a dash.
Oh, look at that. Brooklyn, how about you start us off?
The Doors, "Eat Your Heart Out." Patti Smith is doing what you guys want to do, and you can't. No, this is like when you think of psychedelic pop, this is the one that you go to, and that's all I gotta say.
Psychedelic pop's not what I would probably use personally, but I get it. But I agree with you about like this is what the Doors want to do.
Yeah.
Because it has such a moody atmosphere to it, which is the big strength of this piece, is that tone. And Patti Smith is just an incredible singer. Like she really, really knows how to use her voice as an instrument. I'm not crazy about the way that this song ends. I think that it kind of like overdoes it just like a tad bit, but the way that this song sounds and the mood that it sets and just like the power behind Patti Smith's vocals and the kind of like dark, mysterious lyricism, it's a really solid song. I don't think that I would probably put it in my top 500, but I can understand why someone would. But what do you think, Cody?
I don't love it. I'm not a huge fan of the song. I think it's fine, like lyrics. It just didn't click for me. I won't say much. I don't think it was a bad song, but it never clicked. And the way I'm talking tonight, this will be a 2-hour show, and Bart will kill me at the end of it. So I apologize. But this is an okay song. It shouldn't. I don't love it. I think maybe better than the end, but I don't know.
Absolutely better than the end. Like that, we all agreed that was bad. So let's move on to something else, though. Number 329 on the original list, "Cortez the Killer" by Neil Young, and like in his Crazy Horse era. I'll start by saying I've said this before. I've said this almost every time Neil Young is brought up.
That Neil Young is hit and miss, and that when he hits, he hits, and when he misses, he misses.
Extremely. This is one of those very rare instances where I like it, but I don't love it. It's a little too long, and by a little too long, I mean it's too long. It's like 7 to 8 minutes or something like that. The instrumentation is the strength of the song, though. In fact, I think if this was just a purely instrumental track, I would like it a lot better. Not to say that Neil Young doesn't sound good on this. He sounds better on this song than a lot of other songs that he's done. And lyrically, it's kind of cool. It's just the least interesting part of the song. But Cody, what do you think of this?
I think the episode I was on, we talked about a Neil Young song.
Yeah, it was like after the Gold Rush, I think.
Yeah, after the Gold Rush. Oh yeah, there was a band.
I also don't like this song either. I didn't like this at all. Like, good Lord, I don't know a lot about Neil Young, but is this the one from Sweet Home Alabama, Neil Young, will remember. Southern Man, don't need him around. No?
It was that was called Southern Man.
That was called Southern Man, yeah.
No, I know. In the
era?
I don't know what I don't know what I don't know music.
I think Crazy Horse was like before Harvest Moon, so that would make sense.
Around there. Yeah.
This just not me at all. Like at all. Like I guess he works for some people. He ain't me. He ain't work for me. So sorry.
I still stand by that Heart of Gold is Neil Young's best song. But Brooklyn.
Harvest Moon is Neil Young's best song. Or Down by the River or Cowgirl in the Sand. This is a fine song. This is like, I like Neil Young. I've taken my deep dives into his stuff. This is probably like just inside of my top 10. Like this is either like 10, 9, or 8. Of this style of song, I tend to prefer like Cowgirl in the Sand or Down by the River that have that more like jammy kind of blues that don't lean as hard into the psychedelic ones. I won't go out of my way to find the song, but I'm never mad when the song comes on. It's like, oh, it's still Cortez and Killer. Like it's still an okay song. I believe that this is one of Zach's preferred Neil Young songs. He's also another big Neil Young fan. So this is probably like a great Zach core song, which is a term that we definitely have coined in our time.
I know I wasn't crazy. I'm saying in the song Sweet Home Alabama, when he sings Neil Young will remember, a Southern man don't need him around anyhow. They had a feud back then, right?
Yes, slightly, yes.
I leave that band instead of him. I'm with. So yeah, Southern man don't need him around anymore.
So your conscience doesn't bother you. Tell me true.
Yeah.
Watergate doesn't bother you.
So
Amen.
Yeah. So listen to that episode. We talk about that song. I think that was the episode we did with Rue and Bill. That episode's coming up a lot today for some reason. Weird. All right, moving on to what was number 329. 328, one slot above this one, Heartbreaker by Led Zeppelin. And I'm going to actually have Cody start us off with this one.
So when I mentioned a band that doesn't work for me, this is the band I'm referring to. I'm not a huge Zeppelin fan. I will like a few now and then, but when they speak at such a high volume, I just have never found them. I enjoyed this song a lot more. I know I've heard it before. I've heard a lot of Zeppelin songs, but do they find a way on my playlist? Not as much as I probably should or want. But I think this is a fine song. But again, I know how people feel about Zeppelin. I couldn't tell you like Zeppelin's top 5 songs from Zeppelin, but I don't know if this ranks for everybody. I liked where it goes and how it sounds, but I don't know if I'd listen to it much past this playlist. But again, I know they have bigger songs. So,
okay, Brooklyn.
I'm going to use a term that we have not used in a very long time. This isn't even the best song on the record. So Cody hasn't seen this yet, but this is above Ramble On, which is my favorite Led Zeppelin song, and it's also from this record. And the audacity that this list has to not only take both of those songs off the list, but we'll need Ramble On. Heartbreaker, I understand that it came off because it's fine. It's similar to Cortez Killer, where I'm not actively looking out for it, but it's okay, it's fine. This is the median, I think, of the Led Zeppelin songs, because it has everything that you love, that raw Robert Plant delivery, and then similar to a Whole Lot of Love, that kind of break where Jimmy Page just kind of has fun, and then you kind of go back in and has that it kind of brings it back up to speed. But yeah, Ramble On needs to be here, and Heartbreaker should have been back. I think we talked about it in episode 2, maybe.
I think it was in episode 1 of the series.
They massacred my boy.
So after hearing that, Mr. Producer Man, I send you a private message to put up a particular band. Yeah, there it is. Brooklyn's wrong. This is better than Ramble On.
Guess what? No, I don't want to fight. I really don't want to fight right now. It's late.
Ramble On is mid-tier Led Zeppelin song. It's fine.
That is the best bass line that John Paul Jones has ever fucking put out. As a bassist yourself, you. Oh.
I'm not. I wouldn't call myself a bassist as much as I'm a person who can play some songs on the bass. You're absolutely wrong. Yeah, it's one of their better bass songs, but like that doesn't make it one of their better songs. So Heartbreaker is really good. I really like this song a lot. It's not top 10 Led Zeppelin songs in my opinion. But I think this is one of my more memorable Jimmy Page riffs. I think the guitar in this is great. John Bonham is just like one of my favorite drummers of all time. He's absolutely incredible on this piece. But for some reason, when it comes to like other Led Zeppelin songs or when it compares to them, it doesn't quite hit the same mark that they do, in my opinion. I think that I'm just starting to realize that Led Zeppelin 2 is not the Led Zeppelin album for me. So
are you 4?
Oh, Led Zeppelin 4, baby. So I really like this a lot. I don't love it.
I saw that Cody was
I'm Led Zeppelin 12.
He's like, what do I do? Led Zeppelin 4 has Stairway to Heaven and a bunch of others. So I'm gonna look it up right now.
Immigrant Song, number 1.
Dope. Top 5 at least, minimum. Okay. Yeah.
Don't they do a song called Cashmere or something?
They sure do. That was on the official list.
That's somehow stayed on. So yeah, Led Zeppelin 4 has Black Dog, Go to California, Stairway to Heaven, and When the Levee Breaks. Those would be like the biggest songs.
That's the best album from them.
Cashmere always sounded like the Kane song from the WWE, but go ahead.
I get it.
I have never put those two together before. That's wow.
All right, moving on to number 327, Take Me Out by Franz Ferdinand. I'm shocked that this made the list to begin with, but in a good way, because I fucking love this song. This song friggin' slaps, baby. That stomping groove is immediately just, it gets everyone in the room fucking hype. I actually just did karaoke yesterday. I did this song and the entire bar was singing along. It was one of my favorite karaoke moments. The lead vocals on this are so good. They're not anything that's particularly like, impressive, but just the control and the power and the command behind them. And that fucking guitar line is iconic at this point. So I'm actually really mad that it fell off the list. I think that this song wholeheartedly deserves to be on the top 500 list, and more people need to listen to more Franz Ferdinand because Franz Ferdinand fucking slaps. Brooklyn.
This is the first time I feel like in a long time that we've had a one-hit wonder pop up. Because I don't think Franz Ferdinand has had like any other charting songs, or am I crazy?
Which is a crime.
No. Yeah. So I love this song as a child of the 2000s. This was the song for NHL 2005. I just looked up who was on the cover of that year. Marcus Naslund, captain of the Vancouver Canucks. He was from Sweden. And if you are familiar with the Top Bertuzzi incident, he was the person that's like he got hit, knee hit, and then Tom Bertuzzi's like, yeah, I'm gonna hit that guy in the back of the neck. So it's because of him. So it's kind of like an EA curse. But yeah, I fucking love this song. Like I say, don't you know? You say you don't know. I say, take me out. That's all the chorus needs to be. And then we get into like that kind of like bridgy part, like I know I will believe in you. Kind of how that descends. And it kind of brings it back up with that lick. That's all that's really needs to be said. It's a great 2000s rock song, and that's all that really needs to be.
Cody.
Dude, I heard their second song that they have like on there. Yeah, they're a one-hit wonder if I've ever heard anything. This song's great. This song is so much fun.
Yeah.
He didn't even set it up, I don't think.
I didn't,
So,
and I should have, but go ahead.
made you look make look like you don't know what you're doing on your own show. Terrible, terrible man. But no, that when it like the song, yeah, correct. When it's like, dun, 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 I'm like, yeah, takes me back. Like this is a song that's perfect for me in this time frame because like if you ask me anything from like 2000 to like 2009, it's gonna probably have a special spot at some point. I was growing up. I was a child at that time. I was going into high school, and like middle school. So this song definitely hit really hard back then. So really surprised it made the list, but glad it's on this episode so I can talk about it. So I liked it.
And Brooke, oh, we went to you. All right, so I'm just like really happy to hear that from Cody. Actually, all right, so moving on to number 325, "Many Rivers to Cross" by Jimmy Cliff. And let's actually start with Cody this time.
No,
Okay.
I did not like this song.
Oh,
I'm sorry. It's short. It's fine. I just didn't like it. I tried. I played it a couple times, and I was just like, it isn't for me. It isn't for me. I don't even actually like the vocals much at all. So, I'm sorry. It feels very like. I guess maybe the version. I don't know, but like, I didn't like it.
thinking about it, I think for you, it's because of the particular vocalist. Because I feel like if this was done by Aretha Franklin
or like an Otis Redding, this is a heavy Otis Redding song.
I just needed Otis Redding to actually sing it, I think.
Yeah.
Sorry.
No, it's fine. I mean, like that. I'm not gonna crucify you for this. But I fucking love this song. There is just so much raw emotion packed into Jimmy Cliff's vocals for me. And I just love like the gospel tone of this. Like that organ is just cutting. It immediately captures me and puts me in like this kind of like ennui kind of mood, but in like a good way. Like I just feel the heartbreak and the pain in this song through the vocals, through the lyrics, through the instrumentation. I fucking love this song personally. But Brooklyn, what are your thoughts?
It's fine. Like the electric organ is great, but to kind of like rephrase a new term, this was above. This is like that Janis Joplin song. Really?
Nice.
Producer man and I might need to have a talk after the show, but yeah, it's fine. But yeah, Janis Joplin should be higher.
Fair. All right, moving on to what was number 322. "Don't Let Me Be Misunderstood" by the Animals. Brooklyn, how about you start us off with this one?
Same. It's fine. Like of the songs that we're talking about, I have nothing really to add. It's if you like 60s, then you'll like it. But that's kind of been the hard part, is that we've been exploring a lot of 60s, a lot of Motown, and a lot of Beatles songs that were cut out but were still really influential, and it kind of has that same vibe.
Cody.
Yeah, I just re-listened to it, just sitting here waiting. It don't work for me. I wouldn't even say like maybe this is just not the 60s. Like he said, 60s. I like 60s. I don't like this kind of 60s. I don't think. I like this kind of 60s. I like still the more I don't know. I don't know how to describe it. It's just not this. It's just I felt very meh. I don't know how this made the list originally. Maybe, I don't know. But you said the Animals earlier. I think maybe they have better songs, if we're being honest. So it's just a weird choice.
Do you know like the really popular cover of The House of the Rising Sun?
Yeah.
That's the Animals.
Okay.
So I really like this one, but maybe 10 minutes before we started recording, I discovered that this was a cover. And I did not realize that. And it's a cover of a Nina Simone song.
Oh.
And I listened to that just before we started recording. And it made me realize that this version's not quite as good as I thought it was. Because the Nina Simone version is incredible. So I highly recommend to anyone watching or listening right now to listen to the Nina Simone version of this song. Because it's very different, but it's better. And I think if it wasn't for the fact that it was Nina Simone versus, a well-known British invasion act in 1964 or 65, we would be talking about her version a lot more. So go check out her version. This version is fine. With that, we're actually going to move on to number 319, In Dreams by Roy Orbison. And I'm realizing that I kind of love Roy Orbison as a vocalist. Like, he's got a nice, dense, rich, thick, like, quality to his voice. But the other thing I love about him as a singer is he's got a knack for tasteful theatricality. Like, he knows when to play up the emotion in an effective way. It's not one of my favorite Roy Orbison songs. We talked about Crying on the current iteration of the list, which is a better song. So while I love Roy Orbison as a singer, this is good. Not one of my Roy Orbison choices. Cody.
Yeah, I don't know if I know many of his music. I liked his voice, but the song sucked in my opinion. I don't know. It was very slow. It was very I didn't connect with it. It kind of put me to sleep a little bit when I listened to it late at night. Yeah, I think he's got a great voice. I just think this might be the wrong song. Maybe it has more this is I just picture a bunch of old biddies getting down in the back of a Cadillac back in the day to this fucking song. It's so weird to me. I was like, this is like a love making song back in the day, I guess, or something that kind of I was bored to tears. I don't know. Plus, this Roy Orbison cost Zach Ford a match one time, and I'm still pissed off about it.
I remember that, to be completely honest. Brooklyn, before we get to you, Cody, do you know the songs Pretty Woman and Anything You Want, You Got It?
Yeah.
Those are both Roy Orbison.
Okay.
And
so he does have good songs.
Yeah, those are better Roy Orbison songs.
Were they on the list?
No, they're not. And
also the traveling Woolberries,
yeah,
End of the Line and Handle Me with Care.
Yeah,
are great ones to feature Roy.
Yeah. But Brooklyn,
I didn't think Roy Orbison could miss, and he missed. I hate this song. This has one of my biggest pet peeves, in music, but country in particular. It's whenever bass lines, they start on the root note, and then they go to the fifth, and they just repeat that the entire time. And this song does that. And it's just really, it's I'm sure I would have loved to have heard this back when it was originally released. But this takes a lot of the tropes that I hate about country, and amplifies them up. And you talk about you talk about the theatricality. For me personally, I need that good fundamentals before we can get into the theatricality or the details. It needs to be a solid song. before that, because then it just looks like you're kind of like, it looks like you're putting really good cheese on like a shitty Philly cheesesteak.
Wow. And you've had a Philly cheesesteak now, so you can like.
I have, and it was okay. It was admittedly underseasoned and a little greasy.
Okay. You're not welcome back. All right, moving on.
Bye, Philly.
Where'd you go?
We went to
I went to Max's.
Okay. I only hear one, and I don't know. Okay.
Patrigino's?
No.
Yeah. Oh, okay. We'll talk.
Something pork. Something John's pork or whatever.
The Nick's roast pork or something like that.
Yeah, it's apparently got great cheesesteak. I don't know.
Yeah, we'll talk later on our other podcast, Food Bitches.
Philly has great pretzels, but not great Philly cheesesteaks.
Okay. You had one. You can't say that.
Yeah. Okay.
But that's supposed to be at the best restaurants.
One of
he doesn't understand things.
Yeah, he doesn't understand. It's that wall. All right, number 318. Wake Up Little Susie by the Everly Brothers. Now, we talked about the Everly Brothers with Cody the last time he was on our show, and he hated that song. So I'm very curious to see what he thinks of this one.
Let me go last.
Okay. Brooklyn?
Can we stop writing songs with girls named Susie or Sue or Suzanne? It's been like, it's kind of been helping in that I have to constantly be reminded of it, but like really guys, like we like even like a Jean or like a Betty or like Peggy was a pretty popular name back then. Can we write songs about them? But yeah, it's kind of hard to not think about that when these types of songs come up.
Fair.
What was the song I hated?
It's something about dreams.
Oh,
dream.
Yeah. I can't remember.
I can just go. I don't care. Wake up, little Susie. Wake up. I've heard it. I mean, bad name to keep putting in songs. Terrible. Like we don't need that. But overall. Nothing I would ever listen to. 318 sounds great. This was the original 318 song on
the 2010 list. Yeah.
Like, why are we doing this? It makes no sense.
Yeah, we're hitting that point where the boomer generation really started.
I can't wait till you get to the top 100. This is gonna be crazy.
Yeah.
One last thing. Hey mom, can we pick up "I Feel Fine" by the Beatles on the way home? We have that already. This.
Yeah. So here's the frustrating thing. I actually kind of like the Everly Brothers, but every time they pop up on our show, it's songs by them that I would not pick to represent the Everly Brothers. Like, this is good. This is a good Everly Brothers song, but it's not in their upper echelon. And I don't understand why we keep picking these fucking songs that don't actually represent the talent of the Everly Brothers. Like, where's Crying in the Rain? Like, if you want a good example of why the Everly Brothers were actually good, you look at that song. This is fine. It's a good song to put in a movie if you're looking for like nostalgic music and it takes place in the 50s.
It's pretty bad when I see the Everly Brothers and I immediately think of the Isley Brothers, and then when I think of the Isley Brothers, I immediately think of Shout and how great that song is. So thank you, Everly Brothers. You made me think of a great song by the Isley Brothers.
Facts. Thank you for that. All right, moving on to what was 315, Lonely Teardrops by Jackie Wilson. So I think that Jackie Wilson is an incredible vocalist. He actually sings one of my favorite songs of all time, with "Lifting Me Higher." Your love is lifting me higher. And I can't remember if that's coming up or not. But if it's not, and this is the Jackie Wilson representation, yikes.
So I really hope that song comes up. Your Love Keeps Lifting Me Higher, because that song, there's a rapper from Nova Scotia called Classified, and he samples that song, and then it features B.O.B.
Cool. You lost me with B.O.B. to be completely honest with you.
That's understandable.
But yeah, so this song is okay. Jackie Wilson does lift it up because of his vocals. Other than that, though, it's fine. It's kind of exactly what I expect from this era. And as I said, this is the section of the list where the boomers really started to take over the list. Brooklyn.
Yeah, this was part of the Motown massacre of 2010, where there was just a lot of Motown songs that came off, and this is one of them. And it's if you like Motown, you know, yeah. But other than that, it's fine.
And Cody.
Did you just say if you like Motown, this is your... Stop it. This song, I just wanted to scream, shut the fuck up the entire time while this guy's singing. It's not a problem. The song sucks. Yeah. Oh, my pillows never dry from lonely tears? Fuck off. Why are we listening to this? He's just whining for this entire... It's got, all the beat and stuff that I really like, of that era, but it's just, Leave It to Beaver, type, oh, I'm sad because I'm lonely, so I'm crying. Go to the bar and hook up with a chick. I don't know what you're doing, but stop. This is really weird. If I was if my buddy came in the room and saw me listening to this song, he'd worry about me. What's wrong with you, man? This is 315. Can you imagine reading it out in the group? We're gonna go through our 300s, everybody. Janis Joplin, Lonely Teardrops. What? That's the guy that says it and goes, oh, and 314 is scoots it on. Why is it here?
You read this and the record just scratches.
His vocal talents are not the problem. He could fit in any vibe. It's just this song and the lyrics and everything about the song sucks.
Yeah.
It's such a bitchy song. Oh my God.
I agree. The problem is the song itself on this one. Let's move on to something that's hopefully better. Number 314, Why Do Fools Fall in Love by Frankie Lyman and the Teenagers. Brooklyn, how about you start us off, because I am hearing the sigh.
Frankie Lyman and the Teenagers could walk so that the Jackson 5 could run. I whenever the song came on, I thought it was Jackson 5, and it's oh, it's not. It's a group that was not the Jackson 5. And I was originally going to come on here and be these Jackson 5 copycatters, and then I realized that this song is from 1957. So I imagine a whatever his name was, Mr. Jackson, their father's name, Joe Jackson, was I'm gonna keep this sound, and this sound's gonna make me a lot of money.
I think I'm about to be on an island here. I fucking love this song.
Of course you do. Of course you do. Because you're familiar with the song before the list came out. So you
I was actually.
Oh fucking!
my God! I knew this song before this list because I'm an old fart. I think Frankie Lyman sounds fantastic on this. I think that the simple lyricism is one, as for most of the songs from this era, as I've brought up before, the lyrics are simple but they're effective. And I think the fact that he is so young when they recorded this song really adds to the tone and the lyrics. I think that it's a great song. And I think that melody is super catchy. I freaking love this song. I think that this song slaps, but I think that Cody is not a Cody song.
This is not a Cody song.
Brooklyn said exactly what I felt. I was just like, this is like if the Jackson 5 didn't add any, like, oomph to their songs. Like, I'm just sitting and I'm like, oh, but I could hear, like there's so much Jackson 5 in this. It's just not even funny. Like, it's built, like, to be a Jackson 5 song. I when I played it, I was like, oh, and then it just never picked to the same, like, level that a Jackson 5 song did. By the way, also, I think that name is very problematic. I don't know, like, overall, but I don't know why you'd never have the band The Teenagers. That's just weird to me. But overall,
There were
why
several
do
times.
fools? Yeah, why do fools fall in love? Why does Barr like this song? That's a really good question. Have you ever heard the Jackson 5? Little band.
I Want You
made
Back
of
is one of
family
the greatest
members.
songs ever made.
One's Michael Jackson.
Who?
Yeah, his name's Michael Jackson.
I feel like
the king of pop.
if we had Caleb Coho on here and he gave like a PowerPoint presentation, then Andrew, like, he might be like, I've heard these guys before. They have potential. Like you like time,
diet. You just said you're like a Diet Coke's. Diet Coke's fine, but, like, there's stuff you don't buy off-brand of. Michael Jackson is one of those off-brands. You don't go towards a different version. You need that version.
He's the Shasta Cola of the music.
You just bought, like, a toasted pastry from Walmart instead of a Pop-Tart. You're going to be miserable and probably on the shitter afterwards. God.
If there is one pastry that you buy at Walmart, it is croissants and croissants only. They have great croissants, and that's it.
Sure.
Who is this guy? Where do we have him here? He's Canadian. You can't even fight for yourselves. Okay,
this is where we need clips from YLS, and it's like I'm just sitting here. I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about.
70% of the time, I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about. Brooklyn, I love you, and you're one of my best friends. Let's move on to number 313. That's Entertainment by The Jam.
Can I go first?
I was actually about to ask.
That's Entertainment. These people do not seem very entertaining at all. I'm going to be real honest with you for a song that's called That's Entertainment. I don't think there's a problem with the song. I don't think it's a bad song. Nothing wrong with it. Overall, I think there are better songs that were sung before this. Spirit in the Sky. Sorry. More vocally, more instrument-wise. How you put the song together. It's fine. I just don't understand how this song rose higher than what it did. Like, there are, like, really good songs that go by year that, like, people will not remember that song in probably 3 years. And then if they hear it, they're like, oh, I remember it. This is one that I just don't think follows that. Maybe I'm crazy. You guys might like it more than me. But The Jam sounds like one of the best band names that's ever existed. The Jam sounds like a great band for any genre, besides country. If The Jam was performing Friends in Low Places, I'd be a little concerned. But overall, like, this is a great name, great song title. It just didn't. I was expecting more than what I got. And again, I'm not very familiar with The Jam. I'm not very familiar with the song before you sent it to me. So I'll let the two music guys tell me why I'm wrong.
So, Brooklyn, do you want to go first on this one, or do you want me?
Yeah, I do. I actually kind of agree with Cody. This is not a good song. I don't think That's Entertainment is a very catchy lyric, and just the way that he's delivering it is not great. Also, from a production standpoint, this is not mixed very well. You just hear the guitars and the bass, and, like, there isn't really anything else that, like, kind of, like, stands out. And, like, I feel like that it'd kind of benefit from it where it felt larger, or if you had like a timpani or something, or if you had like a bell or something, like just something to kind of make it stand out from the rest of the crowd. Otherwise, it's just a guitar on capo 3 that's playing in the key of G, which is B flat in that sense, and then a bass and drums, and that's it.
So, The Jam is a band that they are kind of they're punk. They're a punk band, essentially. kind of in the same vein as how the Clash is a punk band. And I really like this song for the underlying fury and sarcasm that this song has. It's about living in a town that's not one of the better parts of town. A very blue collar, kind of run down, and being forced to find the entertainment in that kind of area where real entertainment, quote unquote, doesn't tend to come through. And I like the biting nature of this song. I think the minimalism is actually what helps. I will agree that the sound mixing in this is terrible. The layering is off because the vocals are so far pushed to the back that the instrumentation tends to overtake it. But I think it's the lyrics and the attitude that this song has that really makes it work. I think it's a little high. It would probably be on my 500 list, but in the 400 range. But that's my thought on this. I think lyrically and the way it's delivered, the biting sarcasm and the nature of it's really effective.
But David Bowie's right there. If you want that same kind of like style and flair.
Yeah, but he doesn't fall into that kind of genre. Bowie's not.
He's giving off that same kind of flair and performance.
Okay. Well, let's move on before my vein burst. With a little help from my friends by the Beatles. What a surprise! Another Beatles song makes the list. Woo! What is this?
And it's another Ringo song. It's another Ringo song that got cussed.
What is this? 3 episodes in a row now, Brooklyn?
No. What was there was one in the middle that wasn't like quite a Ringo song.
I think there was one in episode 5, but I don't think there was one at the first episode. But I don't think that there was one in episode 2, and then since 3, there's been one every episode.
I don't want to steal the spotlight. Can I go first again?
Yes, you can.
Yeah.
This is going to be very unpopular, I think. Or maybe this will be correct. This might be correct. I don't know. There's a person that sings a version of this song that does it a billion times better.
We're talking about Joe Cocker, right?
Joe Cocker does this song way better than the Beatles ever thought they could do this song. Isn't Joe Cocker's version the one they used for the TV show? From Wonder Years?
Yes.
I'm sorry, the Beatles couldn't hold in this song. There's sometimes that Joe Cocker just comes along and goes, mine. And this is the song. When you played it, I was like, something's just missing. Like, I like it, but something's... And then I played Joe Cocker's version. I was like, there it is. I found it. Joe Cocker's way better than the song. Again, it's like the Beatles. There's a lot of good ones, but, yeah, I think Joe Cocker kills the song. What would you do? Oh, so good.
Cody, I agree with you. I think the Joe Cocker version's better. Look, I'm someone who really loves the Beatles, and I actually really do like Ringo as an artist, but like Joe Cocker's version, there's that extra element to it, which is just better. There's that gravelly, blue-eyed soul that this one's just a little bit too Ringo. In a sense of like, hey, I'm Ringo. I'm just gonna sit back here and do my drums. It's I really like this song. I really do. I really do think that this is a great song. The Joe Cocker version's better. Brooklyn?
Okay. Whitney Houston took Dolly Parton's song. Joe Cocker took the Beatles.
And he took a Traffic song, actually, too. Joe Cocker just could take anyone's song and make it better.
So I agree with you that the Joe Cocker version is better. I still think that this is my favorite over the two. This is actually my second favorite Beatles song ever. Because similar to Queen's "We Will Rock You," and how it's kind of played, it's played like it's played right before We Are the Champions. On the Sgt. Pepper's album, it goes Sgt. Pepper's and then this, and oftentimes they are played back to back, and going from there into this is always such a great time. I am a sucker for call and answer lyrics and songwriting, especially when you get into like the "Do you need anybody? I just need somebody to love." And it's just like kind of the charm that Ringo has in this song. Like, would you believe in love at first sight? I'm not certain, but it happens all the time where it's like, I don't know the answer, but but it could be. It's just, yeah, it's a really sweet song. I like the harmony in it. And then also it just reminds me of Beatles Rock Band, a great game that gave us a lot of great songs to play on essentially Guitar Hero controllers. But yeah,
All right, fair enough. All right, and let's move on to the last song of this episode, number 310, Ruby Tuesday by the Rolling Stones. Brooklyn, let's have you start us off with this one.
overrated. Nah, no, nope. I'll continue the trend that Rolling Stones fucking sucks, and that this song should have gotten cut. There's already too many songs to begin with, so the fact that these guys somehow had more, it's fine. But they already massacred my boy in episode, I think, number 1, and that song should be higher than all of these songs.
I'm trying to be nice. I'm trying to be nice. I'm trying to be nice. I've been a dick to Brooklyn this episode. I'm trying to be nice. I'm trying to be.
What are you trying to be nice for? These fucks, they shouldn't have as many songs as they do. But of course, Rolling Stones has to suck their own dick during their whole list, so the Rolling Stones get featured. Because, whoa, what are they called? The Rolling Stones. Well, you know what are we called? The Rolling Stones. Stupid. This song, I only knew this song existed when the Ruby Tuesdays closed in my town and the radio station played this song for it. That's the only reason I even knew this song existed. They just played the overall, and I was like, what is this song? I looked it up, and I'm like, oh, I've probably heard it before, but no, this song doesn't belong here. Ugh. You're stop being stupid, Bar.
I still think that this song is better than Miss You. But I think that this is kind of the opposite of Lonely Teardrops, where I think that the song itself is good, but the people performing it are the weak spot here. I like the Stones, but this is not one of their better outings when it comes to the instrumentation, and especially Mick Jagger's vocals on this. Mick Jagger's vocals on this are not good. I'm sorry.
It's like they're like weirdly low
and whimpery, which is not a strength of Mick Jagger's.
And how is this better than Miss You, where like that is like Mick Jagger at its purest?
That is not Mick Jagger at his purest. But with that being, we'll argue that later. But with that being said, we've reached the end of the list, and now we are going to ask a few questions. First of all, what should have never made the list to begin with?
Everybody together at the same time. 3, 2, 1. The end by the door.
The end, yeah. I would say that.
Yeah.
I don't. Lonely Teardrops really pissed me off, but I'll give you the end.
Yeah. I think Lonely Teardrops is in the top 3 conversation.
Maybe his vocal talents rise above, but the end, no.
Yeah. I think that's the first time we've all agreed on what the weakest song in the section is.
Yeah.
Look at us. All right. Now, what should be put back on the official list? Let me see here.
I don't like. Okay, I know what I'm going to take.
Okay, what do
But
you?
I need somebody else to take the other song I want.
Okay. I think I know what you're going for. And you know what? Looking at all these, man, it's tough because there's 3, maybe 4 songs vying for this spot for me. I'm gonna go with "Run Around Sue."
Good. That was the other one. If I didn't get that, I was gonna be mad. That song definitely. I'm not saying it's the greatest song ever, but it needs to definitely be in the 500 to 400 range. People need to hear about the song. It's sad that they know. I never knew it existed, really, and it's great.
Brooklyn, do you know your pick yet?
I know mine.
I think it would be. I think it'd be "Run Around Sue." Oh no!
Don't take mine. I'll punch you. I'll hit you in the face.
I think I know exactly what Cody's song is going to be. So let's see, Brooklyn.
I mean, it has to. Okay, fine. I'll leave it for Cody. I think "Run Around Sue" needs to be the song. Which song are you gonna pick, Cody?
Spirit in the Sky. Spirit in the Sky deserves to be back on this list.
I should have stolen your fucking thunder.
It should have never left. I honestly think, like, if you think of that song overall, I could argue 300 to 250 range. Like, I'm not saying it's the greatest song of all time, but tell me, like, one of the more iconic songs, especially from that era, that sounds like it does. Like, come on. Like, no way anything else. And if I don't do Spirit in the Sky, it's got to be Pieces of My Heart by Janis Joplin. She didn't have many. If I'm not getting Me and Bobby McGee, that one has to be considered. Like, that's crazy. So, yeah.
All right. With that being said, sometimes there's a difference between what we think is the best song and what our favorite song is. Now, is the song that you picked your favorite song on the list, or what is it if it's not?
Yeah, Spirit in the Sky is my favorite song. Again, if the Beatles song was played by Joe Cocker, it would be my song overall because I think I love that version. I was listening to it while Brooklyn was ranting and raving. But I think that song version is great. But yeah, Spirit in the Sky would be my favorite from the list. But I don't know, but the amount of time since we started talking about this episode to win, Run Around Sue, I've listened to a good number of times, and I could tell you in a while that song could break into a normal playlist soon. So,
Cody, if you haven't listened to "The Wanderer" by Dion, also listen to "The Wanderer."
Definitely will.
And Brooklyn, I'm gonna save you for last for this one. I want to end on you today. So while I think "Run Around Sue" is the better song and the song that's a little bit more deserving to be on the list, if I had to pick my favorite song in this section, "Take Me Out" by Franz Ferdinand.
Okay. I thought you were gonna go.
Yeah.
I thought you were gonna go the Jackson 5 rip. No, I don't disagree. This is you play this in a crowd full of 20, 30-year-olds, they're gonna know exactly what the song is.
Yeah, and they will go absolutely fucking bonkers for it. But Brooklyn, what is your favorite song on this section of the list?
I have to agree with Cody. It's Spirit in the Sky. Like, "Run Around Sue" is the one that should be on the list. But god damn it, I gotta have a friend in Jesus. We all do. And the Spirit in the Sky. Boom, 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 boom. Just go.
All right. There we go.
See, like, just
Bar is so freaking tired right now.
It's such a great riff. Yeah,
it really is. All right, but with that being said, Cody Newberry, thank you so much for coming on. We really appreciate it. You're very passionate when you talk about things, and I think that that's a wonderful quality that not enough people express. So
I was worried. You said 1.5 hours to 2. We're at 2. I'm good. All right.
Yeah.
I was talking about it with somebody today. Cody and I joined a community at a very similar time, and we've been pretty close for a little while. So it's always nice to kind of come back to these moments and talk and like just kind of see where we're at in terms of taste. But
I can shoot the shit about pretty much anything.
Yeah.
And he's also pushing new content because, like, I think he's the first person to be like, "Yeah, we should make our own list." And
I would be on that show. I think it's great idea.
Oh my god! Yeah, we're gonna have to do that, Brooklyn. I'm not gonna lie.
It's gonna take a very long time.
Yeah, but you got time next year. Try to do it.
I think that's the way to go. But if you haven't yet, for some reason, head over to Multiplex Entertainment. Watch Your List Sucks. Cody's the host of that generally. Great show. Brooklyn and I have been on many times. And we wouldn't be on if we didn't think that it was a good show.
We're going to do some music episodes coming up. Some drafts, some interesting stuff. So songs, genres, albums. We're going to do a whole... 2023 is going to be a way different year for a while. I'm really excited about it. We're going to change some stuff up.
Yeah. But with that, thank you so much for coming on, Cody. Brooklyn.
We finally hit the 2-hour mark.
We did it. We're there.
Bar's calling to work tomorrow.
Oh, God. I'm going to be a zombie.
What's in your head?
Not on this list, and I'm real mad about that. So
Bye.
For everyone here at like 500 Stones, that's Cody Newberry, that's Brooklyn Vale, I'm Andrew Barr, and keep on rocking.